Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Relics, and today we're going to continue our Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown with Part 8. Again, just like last time in video 7, this will be a voiceover of my gameplay that I recorded. Again, this will be the last one though, the last one. Going forward from parts 9 and on, I will talk as I play the game, but this is the last one. So again, as a reminder, if you didn't see part 7 or any parts before that, go check them out. But in part 7, I did the voiceover and I did explain that I will be doing the talking as I play going forward. I did a lot of review stuff as well as mentioning some spoilers that, yes, up to this point, as of this recording of me voicing over part 8, I have officially gotten to, quote unquote, the 12th part that I will be posting. So if you guys have been following with my videos as I post them, I will be posting them a little bit faster than what I had been doing. I've been posting them almost pretty much every other day since I started, but because I'm having so much fun with the game and I'm just enjoying it, I kind of want to just get it out there. So I will start posting them a little bit quicker, maybe even back to back for five straight days, maybe. But we'll see. We will see what I decide to do. But for now, just letting you guys know that this is a little bit ahead of myself. So if I say something that isn't actually there, or I don't remember exactly what happens, you guys know why. So in any case, let's get started. So again, gameplay is going to be in the background as I talk over it. So as you guys can see, I have some damaged systems that I need to finish repairing. I cannot remember exactly if I had the damage already. I don't remember my deuterium levels being so low, if I'm being completely honest, from part 7 to part 8. I do remember. Oh yeah, you know what? It is low. It is low because we had the borg attack and they shut down my cargo bay, which I went down to 1,000, and so yeah, I am stuck doing some repairs before we go to the planet, but we will start right away. We are the Borg. You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile. Don't say I didn't try your way, Commander. Now we'll do it my way. Open the channel. Borg vessel, this is Captain Catherine Jamie of the Starship Voyager. I have tactical information about species 8472. Negotiating is irrelevant. You will be assimilated. Can't afford to risk losing information we gather. I'll initiate the self-destruct if I have to. We're being tracked here to the planet, Captain. It's fully assimilated. Remain calm. We can't fight them. Into the lion's den. Caught in a Borg tractor beam, Voyager is pulled down to the assimilated planet. A chilling green glow illuminates the faces of the crew as the sight of the giant Borg planet fills the view screen. A sense of dread fills the bridge. However, the captain is determined to negotiate safe passage. Yeah, full planet of Borg. It's crazy. State your demands. Safe passage through your space. Once we're beyond Borg territory, I'll give you our research. Unacceptable. We require this technology now. If I give it to you now, you'll simulate us. Species 8472 must be stopped. Our survival is your survival. Give us the technology. No. Safe passage or no deal. State your proposal. We combine our resources. You're still going to need time to develop the technology once you obtain it. Together we can create the weapon more quickly if you escort us through your space. Report. A battleship has emerged in our vicinity. It is heading for the planet. 8 more battleships have appeared. This scene is so cool. Just FYI, just for clarity, ease of design, of course. This is clearly just like a big giant Borg sphere. This really isn't a Borg planet. If you guys know the show, you guys know that the planet itself still looked like a planet. It was still not. It wasn't like it was like had vegetation or anything, but it was not just straight up technology. It wasn't just metals and everything. So the way this Borg planet looks is just wrong. As far as what we're looking at, as cool as this is to see the Borg cubes in space and everything, the planet itself, and then of course the way this is destroyed, like this. Honestly, this was probably the weakest animation in this entire game so far. This right here is the weakest I've seen. Outside of this, again, as I've mentioned multiple times before, the game looks stellar. But otherwise, yeah, that looked pretty cheesy. We've come to a halt, Captain. Looks like this is it. We have considered your proposal. Your terms are acceptable. We will send a representative to your ship. Designate an individual who will cooperate with them. I was debating if I should risk any of the officers, so I chose Harry. Ensign Kim, I want you to work with the Borg. You have a keen mind. If they try to deceive us, you'll be the first to know. Me? With the Borg? I won't let them fool me. Thank you, Captain. Very well. Borg vessel, send over your representative. The Borg arrive. 3 Borg drones materialize on the bridge. Suspicion and unease fill the air as the crew struggles to accept the presence of their new allies. 7 of 9, tertiary adjunct on Human Matrix 01. You may call me 7 of 9. I speak for the Borg. You're proposing a large-scale weapon. We concur. I thought you might. We could encase the nanoprobes in some of our proton torpedoes, turn them to biomolecular weapons. Your torpedoes are inaccurate. They lack the necessary range and dispersive force. We propose a multi-kinetic neutronic mine. 5 million isoton yield. A weapon of mass destruction? We won't endanger innocent worlds. It would be efficient. That would require approximately 50 trillion nanoprobes. Replication could take several weeks. 53 trillion to be exact. Or precise, whatever it is. No, the Borg are losing. You don't want any further delay. You will work with what we give you. You are individuals. You think in small terms. However, the present situation requires that we consider your plan. Voyager's Class 6 photon torpedoes, explosive yield of 200 isotons should suffice. You have detailed knowledge of our inventory. We are Borg, naturally. We should provide the Borg with a designated cargo bay to work in. Secure the monitor closely to prevent any unauthorized access to Voyager's systems. Agreed. Make it cargo bay 2. Harry Kim, get to work with 7 of 9. If a single drone steps 1 millimeter out of that cargo bay, I'll decompress the entire deck. While Mr. Kim is unavailable, we get Ensign Agram, Deputy Operations Officer. You guys could pause if you guys want to read all of this. Precision prevents problems is what he says. Cool. So, as you guys can see in the top left corner, we need to produce more Borg nanites, as well as have 20 torpedoes available. Just FYI, the torpedoes have nothing to do with the quest line, to be honest. Yes, we need to have 20 torpedoes to proceed. However, you do not need to worry about them being used. You will hold on to your torpedoes. They will not be used, and therefore it's just basically giving you the opportunity to make more before you start fighting other things. And obviously, as we saw at the very beginning of the game, we need to get 900 deuterium, so no problem there once we start getting on. Once we go on the move to the next sector. And as you guys can see, we are in the next sector. So I'm going to start to scan the planets. I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. Oh, I'm thinking to myself, oh, we moved to the next area, so this area is now unlocked. So let me start scanning these things. Go! Scan! What am I waiting for? I don't know what I'm waiting for, to be honest. Oh! Is my stellar cartography off still? I think it might be, huh? Yeah, my stellar cartography is off, so I can't actually scan the locations. So I need to get that up and running before we can do any scans in the area. See? Kind of important. And what am I doing with the warp core? I actually don't really know. I turned the power. Oh, so I turned the power down. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Okay, so take a look in the top of the screen. So I am using 59 deuterium per cycle at tier 4 warp core. So I turned it down so that number decreases to a 45, was it? Yeah, 45. Because at 59, I would not have been able to make 10 cycles worth. That's the reason I turned it down. However, doing that will consume battery power, of course, which I'm heading 5 cycles away. So that's the reason I did that. But for some, I don't know what I was doing. Clear count, I didn't really think about the count, calculating the amount of deuterium actually needed. And we didn't actually need to turn the warp core off, to be honest. So I don't know what I was thinking there. Yeah, I have no idea. But either way, it doesn't really harm us anyways. I'm just taking my sweet time, though. I do apologize. Again, I don't remember. I don't remember what I was thinking about. So I lost my large cargo bay again because of the power consumption. Again, I don't know why I turned the what's it called? The power off, the warp core power off. There's no reason I needed to do that. So yeah, so I think I turned it back on. Yeah, I turned it back. I don't know what I was thinking. So as you guys can see, my power is going back up again. Don't know why I did that in the first place. So now I'm trying to repair my batteries so you get power back up to speed. Stellar cartography is also online. We spent too much time in the sector, so even though I've been progressing through the story from sector to sector in this location, it all still counts as one part of the game, and therefore Tuvok's like, oh, we need to keep going, and I'm like, no, there's still like 4 sectors I need to explore. I'm not leaving just yet. There's no way. Not to mention, I don't even have the resources to leave the sector because we need to make the nanites and the torpedoes. So a lot of things we need to get done. As you guys can see, I am ready to construct 5 torpedoes of the 7 needed, as well as the Borg nanites are being made in the biolabs. Well, one of the biolabs. The other one I don't really need, so I'm just doing one at a time. I do have the titanium to make it, so I don't need to worry about that. And after those cycles are over, I will have 2. Another battery up and running. I do conserve the energy from the battery that it originally had when it got shut down, so that's good, right? That's always good to know. So even though I lost that power in the first place, I still have it. So like I said, I don't know what I was thinking, but as you guys can see, my deuterium levels are immensely low. 106, that's it. So thankfully, we found deuterium at our first location, and in one go, we succeeded in getting over 900 deuterium. We are completely full. My cargo bay was offline, so I didn't get the full amount, but that's totally fine. We got 1,000. With stellar cartography back online, we are able to go and scan the rest of the sector. Plenty of uranium, plenty of deuterium deposits, and this one includes titanium. So after the last video where we were kind of suffering on resources, all of a sudden we now have a lot. We have a great amount in this sector to help us get back up to speed after our fight with the Borg, and yeah, I don't really have any issues to worry about. The only issues I have to worry about now is resource management. As you guys can see, I did lose a little bit of uranium because I didn't have enough space for it. That is something that's going forward from this point on. I'm like, okay, I got to get more cargo bays, or I got to get more large cargo bays going, because I need to keep these resources. I'm letting too many go away by being full. So I need to figure all that stuff out going forward. My food management, it's okay. So I decided, okay, I probably need to transfer something over to Duranium. I don't know if I do it right away. I think this is the moment I may make another cargo bay in the bottom section of the ship, underneath the observation lounge. Unless I put it here too. I can't remember all the details. I do apologize. A lot has happened since I played this part. Like I said, I'm on part 12. And this is part 8. So a lot happens. A lot happens. But there we go. I am deciding to put another cargo bay up. I might even put 2. I forget at this point, do I have the technology that recycles the building's entire resources? If not, there is a technology in the research tree that allows us to recycle our buildings, and we get all of the resources back. Every single bit. And therefore, me building them now, these cargo bays, will not actually affect me in the future because I could dismantle them and get everything back anyways. So, if that is the case, great. If I don't have it yet, I will look into it right away. But, yeah, as you guys can see, for now, I am building another cargo bay. Minus deuterium for Duranium. No, don't need that because I have no deuterium right now. So that is what we're going to go get. Thankfully, there's plenty of locations here. So I got another cargo bay up, and I'm going to change that to Duranium. That way, both my Titanium and Duranium capacity is 175. Food can stay high, because that is my other source that I cannot waste at this time with my Deuterium so low. And obviously, with my Deuterium so low, I need to try and get as much as I can. Successfully and safely, right? So I did the safer route on that one. There's 4 other spots we can get deuterium here, so I have plenty of time to get deuterium. That's not the issue. Not to mention I need to make some torpedoes. So I said I gotta make them. Well, I might as well just make them right now, right? Just get them out of the way. I only need 2 more. So that's going great. Not to mention the deuterium is required for the nanites as well. So again, we're just depleting through deuterium right now, but that's okay. That's totally fine. Like I said, there's plenty of deposits here, and there's still sectors to explore as well. Other resources we can get from clearing the rooms. And again, there's 2 parts, left side and the right side of the ship. So plenty of rooms to get Duranium and Tritanium. Plenty. That's what happens when we open up those life supports for those floors. Decks, I should say. So again, another Duranium deposit with... or Duranium location with Tritanium as a side resource. It's great. I'm able to do a lot of things with stuff now. Obviously, I still have some damaged rooms. I have no crews currently available, so I do need to unassign a work team from the repairs to repair some other rooms. I need to start using the Tritanium that I obtained. So repairing the holodeck obviously is going to take some time as well. I was like, oh, I can't do that, so whatever. So I decided to probably just do it. No, not yet. Oh, so I think I do transfer the food capacity to Tritanium. That way we can get our amounts here, and I do get the maximum amount, thank goodness. Oh my goodness, that is actually very cool to see. So I got a lot of Duranium, a lot of Tritanium. I do have to just kind of wait out the cycles. I want to see if we can get the next floor open. However, I don't have enough gel packs. I need 1 more. Unfortunately, my other biolab is not even open, so can't even get a gel pack. So I'll decide to pause reopening these ruined rooms so I could finish repairs. I can finish repairs, get the observation lounge back up. I think. Maybe. Oh, I also wanted to upgrade my torpedo launch bay as well. So it actually takes 2 gel packs there. That way we can do more damage against either the Borg or species 8472. So again, I reminded myself, oh yeah, I got the torpedo research. I gotta upgrade my torpedo launcher. All the while gaining more deuterium along the way. Again, go for the risk in getting more deuterium. Deuterium is so common that you can just go for the risk, and most of the time I do succeed. I always get the highest amount possible, so all good there. Again, now my deuterium levels are about 50%, over 50% rather, and we're looking good. There's no fear of me running out of fuel, so everything's looking great now. We have resources, our ship is fully functional, we're proceeding with the quest line. Everything's great. Everything is great. Since my fight with Cullah and the Kazon, things have improved immensely to the point where I don't have to worry too much about my resource situation. There will still be moments where I have to worry about it later. I don't deny that. But for now, we're looking pretty good. So now I'm just trying to figure out what to do in the meantime, right? I need to make the nanites, but I need also to figure out what to do with my resources. As you guys can see, I did go with the trade, 1000 deuterium for the 80 uranium. Again, with the amount of deuterium that we do get from these resource place deposits per se, I get a lot, right? Look, this one even gets titanium. This sector is amazing, by the way. But yeah, no fear at all about the deuterium levels, because we get so much here. And then of course, with all the titanium I'm getting, I'm very happy about that. We're able to repair the entire ship now and use the titanium to obtain more nanites. So we have a comms request. I don't want to answer it just yet, I don't think, because I don't have the last 2 torpedoes. So until I get those torpedoes up, I don't think I answer it. We'll see. But I do have the nanites. The nanites got finished making. Therefore, I don't need the biolab open on the nanites, technically. So I switch it back over to the gel packs, and then I shut it down just in case. Because I also am burning through extra battery power, so I kind of want to conserve that as much as I can. Or not, I turn it back on. I am currently not researching anything, so that is also something I need to consider as well. So I'm running low on uranium, so I need to get that up as well so I can do other things. So more deuterium again. So go for a large amount. I always succeed in the deuterium at least. So again, I don't have much fear about failing that. Torpedo launch bay has been upgraded to level 2. So now we are able to do more damage with our torpedoes. Definitely would have helped me in that Borg fight for sure, but I was not thinking about the upgrade. So we now have the torpedoes fully made. I could turn the workshop off, and now I can accept the comms request as well. So now we have 23 torpedoes on standby. By the way, pay attention to the threat level. As you guys can see, it is non-existent. Either I don't know that there is no threat here because we are in alliance with the Borg, so there's not any possible way we can fight them, or B, I am actually at a point where I am actually stronger, and therefore the threat level isn't as high. So that's always good, right? I don't have to worry about fighting too much. So I'm going to the last uranium deposit here in this sector. Obviously I have the fuel. I need the uranium, so I might as well just go get it, right? All the while I'm making gel packs. Another ruined room opened up. Let's clear that out. I think it might give me titanium, so I may not. Yeah, I don't clear it out. So I just go for the uranium. I don't go for the uranium. I'm afraid I don't have good news regarding Kess. Her telepathic visions are increasing in frequency and intensity. They're getting worse, Captain. I can barely sleep. Doctor, I want a complete psychological evaluation. We need to get to the bottom of these visions. If there's any psychological cause for Kess's visions, I'll find out. Thank you, Captain. I appreciate your concern. I'm picking up gravimetric distortions, Captain. A battleship. Red alert. Battle stations. Evasive maneuvers. Get us out of here. So, battle automatically happen. I minus 40 hull. And, yeah, I try to get out of there. But here comes the Borg cube. Whee! Boom. Collision course with the battleship, and the whole cube gets destroyed. The cube, it sacrificed itself for us. The cube is irrelevant. We cannot allow the nanoprobes to be destroyed. That was unexpected, but the Borg know what's at stake. We are Borg. It is necessary. You can't be serious. Those drones were simulated lives that lost for nothing. I hate to admit it, but she's right. Resume production. Alright, so again, comms request again. I don't know why they just didn't just continue talking. I don't know why we have to just do that and then come back here. But yeah, so we don't have the Doctor and Kess currently right now because now they're doing their own thing. So I continue the story. Nanoprobe production complete, Captain. Given the damage caused by a single battleship, your safety remains precarious. To enhance your defensive capabilities, we will provide schematics for Borg hull alterations, whatever. It will enhance our next encounter. I have no intention of encountering them again. Acknowledged, Captain. We merely addressing this hypothetical possibility of further encounters. Captain, I urge you to reconsider integrating Borg technology into Voyager systems. There's an invisible price tag attached to that shield module. And so I was like, oh, an invisible price tag. Oh, great. Okay. So I spent a little bit of time debating whether I wanted to or not. And I ultimately decide to I may have also been talking to someone at the time I was doing this. Don't integrate it. Double security around cargo bay 2. Will do, Captain. Good call. So now I need to craft a bundle of biomolecular warheads in the workshop, which costs 2 more nanites, as well as 20 torpedoes, which, like I said before, it actually doesn't take your torpedoes. So don't need to fear about losing the torpedoes. You lose them for now, yes. So I'm down to 3, but you do get them back. You do get them back. So no need to fear. What am I doing now? I don't know. Gain the uranium deposit, probably. So again, just go for the success as much as I can. So this is perfect. Oh, never mind. I leave for now. Probably because I think if I get the green, I might go over. So very low chance I would even get that green. So I want to try and get the next floor open, but I can't. I need 3 gel packs. Nothing I can do at this time. So, what am I doing? Oh, stopping hull repairs. So I can upgrade the cargo bay from level 1 to level 2. That uses some uranium, and then I'm able to do this now. Again, only yellow, so it's not much. Always the chance, though. And now we move on to the next sector. And there's 2 logs saying we spent too much time in this sector. But again, we're trying to do the quest line as fast as I can now. So there's nothing I can do about it. My morale's just going to go down. So we cannot scan in the nebula, but we are scanning outside of it. Again, more deuterium deposits, plenty of fuel to be had. Honestly, no rush on my part. Cargo bay was upgraded. Ruined room is dismantled as well. So there we go. Does take a little bit more power. As you see, our battery is still being decreased. But we are actually okay. We are actually doing fine. So I need more crew. Again, crew count is another big issue. And I do not have the crew count to, operate certain systems. So I keep looking at this. Observation lounge does not give me crew count. I need crew quarters or emergency quarters. Or office, but I don't ever research the office quarters. So I decided to make another crew quarters to help house those 23 people. I also got a new trade offer, so I go and look at that. What is the trade offer? Minus titanium for deuterium. I was like, no, I don't need deuterium, so keep my titanium. So deuterium deposit in the planet's atmosphere. Yay. Always succeed, right? Always succeed. I've entered the nebula. And this one's a duranium deposit. Perfect. We could use the duranium. So I decided to go with big risk with big reward. Awesome. Look at that. Beautiful amount. Beautiful amount. Again, I can't do anything though. So there's nothing I can do about that. I'm just kind of standing by with a bunch of resources. I am concerned about my battery consumption though. So I do think I turn off, I turn off a holodeck so I can get the crew count up, and I could use the resources to make gel packs because I want to get that extra floor unlocked as soon as possible. That way I can build other things, including larger cargo bays, so I can hold the resources. Because as of right now, I can't really hold much more. And with Tuvok hounding me about staying in the sector, I won't be able to explore everything at my own leisure. Therefore, I decide I need to try and get the larger cargo bays up as soon as possible. If not, just get a bunch of multiple cargo bays going as well. So I made the torpedoes, as you guys can see. I'm not even going to make more. Yeah, I'm going to make more. But as you guys can see also in the top left, I got the 20 torpedoes back. So like I said, I use them, but then I got them back anyways. So no need to worry about your torpedo systems. They do come back to you. So I'm not going to answer the comms request just yet. We also researched our phaser fire rate, which is great. So this one had uranium and titanium. I cannot get it right now because, again, if we succeed, we will be full. So I'm taking a look at my warp core to see if I can increase it because my battery consumption is kind of dire at this point. As my ship is unlocking more locations, including the life support systems, it's consuming a lot more power. So I'm like, okay, I need to try and get that warp core up to the next tier. Hence the reason I need bigger cargo bays, as well as more research technology, right? So everything's coming hand in hand. Again, resource management is kind of the theme of this video. This part is just unlocking the rest of my ship. It's kind of a big situation that I need to worry about now. So I do look, and it says you will leave the systems behind if you proceed with the quest. And I was like, okay, well, I definitely can't leave yet. There's 2 more sectors to explore, this one and the next one. So I have to get things done. I have to figure things out. And I'm only 1 gel pack away from unlocking the last floor, the last deck, right? So I need to figure out, I need 1 more cycle for that duranium, which is great, but I can't even hold it all. So I decided to put repairs back up operational for another cycle. I do think I wait it out. Yes, I do wait the cycle out. My shuttle comes back with the duranium. I will go over by 6 if I accept it. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? All the while, my comms thing is just like beep, 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 beep. Let me, you know, hey, 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 talk to me. He's like, no, 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 no. I'm not talking to you yet. Not yet. So I have 90 research points, so I'm trying to figure out, is there anything I can research right now while I'm just chilling out? Because I have to let cycles pass, and I need to do stuff before we continue on with the main quest line. Unfortunately, I don't have too many things I can do with only 90 points that are important to me. So I think I do wait a couple cycles. Because a lot of these things are starting to take at least 100, so I have to wait it out a little longer. What am I doing? Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out, is there anything I can do right now? As well as I'm trying to do my research on the research tree and see what is there that I can increase in the future, right? I didn't like go in and read every single thing that I could read, right? I'm kind of just winging it, right? As we go along in the game, I'm discovering, oh, this got unlocked, I could do this, or I can unlock that. I can get a larger cargo bay. I can decrease the cargo bay's power consumption, this and that. So I'm just trying to figure things out slowly at a time. Not really looking ahead, which to me, in retrospect, it's kind of a mistake. I should look at the entire tree, even if it's offline. I should look at the entire tree just to see what can I get in the future that may help me. And there are some things that I should have got sooner than later. Including, for example, like upgrading the sick bays. I should have did that sooner than later. But of course, we're okay now. But it would have helped in the past. So I researched the phaser disruptor, and now I am building the actual building for it. And now I have the resource capabilities to go and get that. Maximum value for duranium and titanium. So again, I spent the resources, and I got it all back right away. Isn't that just great? 5 torpedoes were crafted. Fantastic. And I say I have the duranium and the deuterium. I'm going to make 5 more. Because again, we're fighting the Borg in species 8472. I might as well. All the while, I totally forgot about the Aero shuttle bay. So if I don't collect those resources, I will have spent deuterium for duranium for no reason. So I do think I collect them eventually, but I don't remember. I was so focused on spending the resources, I totally forgot that I had some to collect. So I have 115 research points now. That's enough for me to do a 100 research of some kind, but I don't know what I do. There's not too many things I can do, if I'm being completely honest. I may just wait for a 130. I might increase my phasers, huh? Because I think to myself, all combat. We're fighting the Borg in a species 8472, so yeah. Yeah, so I go with phaser control, level 2. That way increase our phaser fire. Because, again, combat is everything at this point. So more deuterium. So I have to go for a maximum amount. Good amount there, right? That's all I need is just good amounts. I don't need the max all the time, just enough. Disruptor array control room is now upgraded, so I increase firepower. During combat, so that's great. Still only 5 gel packs. I need 2 more to open up the floor, so I'm still killing time until that happens. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about my trade. It's like, okay, so can I hold this? Kind of. I need a little bit more space. So I was like, okay, what can I do in the meantime? I still have 13 people not housed. And I was like, oh, okay, well, what can I make something? Can something fit here? And I was like, oh, crap. I have the room. I think I might actually make a crew quarters there in that open space. On deck 8. Deck 8? Yeah, deck 8. No, sorry, that's 7. Deck 7. In any case, I transferred over my food cargo bay and made it so I can hold the uranium from the trade. I got a new trade offer too. This is a dilithium deposit. So I go big or go home. Failed. I lost crew, lost morale, and only got 1 dilithium. I should have went with the yellow route. So I lost my large hydroponics bay because I lost crew members, which is lame. I don't know what this warning page was. It was nothing really. So that sucks. I didn't have to turn off the hydroponics bay, by the way. I have 11 crew, so it's kind of weird that it happened that way. But yeah, I turned the shuttle bay off, turned the hydroponics bay back on, and yeah, I have crewmen now in the sick bay. I lost some, so I was like, oh my god, my crew count sucks. My crew count is just so bad right now. I was very disappointed. I was being so stupid. I should have went safer, and but I didn't, so that sucks. "13 injuries. That's 13 cycles I have to wait for those guys to come back. That's crazy. So I have nothing else to do. So I go for the next question mark. It is a titanium deposit. So if I do the first option, which I think I do, I will not be full because it won't give me, it won't get me to full, rather. Well, it will, but it's just 50, right? It's not a big deal. I failed anyways. Like I said, like I mentioned quite often, I do fail titanium deposits quite often, right? I always succeed in the deuterium, but when it comes to titanium, I always fail, and it really sucks. Again, deuterium, successful. I mean, it'll make more torpedoes. Again, I'm just thinking to myself, combat, right? Doesn't look like I make more, but I do continue to make more later on, because I'm just like, it's the Borg, species 8472. I need the torpedoes. I need to stay alive. At this point, I'm also thinking to myself, I didn't use a lot of torpedoes in the beginning of the game. I need to use torpedoes. They are essential to combat. Do not hold back. Use your torpedoes. I have 33. Do not hold back. That is something I need to learn going into my future. If I ever play this again on a harder difficulty, just use the torpedoes. Just fire away. Fire, fire, fire. So, I'm looking at the other sectors to see what else I can see. I'm just going to keep using the resources up. I now have 7 gel packs, by the way. Tuvok is like, oh, you spent too much time again. Phaser control room level 2 now is researched. I don't have any research points to do anything, so I look at the phaser control room. Can I upgrade it? Yes, I can, but I want to unlock the floor first. I'm going to do that first. It's going to take all of my uranium, by the way. all my duranium, all my gel packs, but totally worth it. Do it. Open it up. I can get the duranium and titanium back just by clearing out ruined rooms. Just by clearing out ruined rooms. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm being stupid. I guess what I was trying to do is save on the duranium, because at 150 I would have been 0. So therefore I wouldn't be making gel packs at the same time that we're traversing the sector still. I think that may be the reason why. So now that I'm at this duranium deposit, if I get the max amount, not only will I have enough to keep making the gel packs, but... oh, that was so risky. That was so risky. That was an unnecessary risk. So now I need to turn sickbay back online to heal more people again. But now I have the duranium that I can open the floor while still making gel packs in the future. That was just too risky. I should have played that safer. Oh well, whatever. So I start unlocking, or repairing I should say, the life support on deck 9, deck 8, deck 9, deck 9. And yeah, we're going to get that floor unlocked, finally. We're going to finally finish full repairs on the entire ship at long last. There's a titanium deposit. And I play it safe. It's good enough for me. So I stopped repairs because I'm out of duranium. Not to mention our hull integrity is now at 100%. So that's great. If we go into combat, I don't have to worry about my ship as much. We are at maximum capacity. We have this disruptor array. We have our phasers. We have our torpedoes. Like we're good. Combat-wise, we're ready. So now that I have the floor opening up, I need to get duranium. I should clear out more ruined rooms. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm heading to the next location because, again, we need to keep proceeding with the quest line. So now that I opened this floor up, let's clear out the ruined rooms and make space for other buildings. Specifically, I'm like, okay, how big is a large cargo bay? It is big. It is big. It is 6 by 2. So I need to clear out every single one of these rooms so I can fit these cargo bays into that slot. It's crazy how big they are. Well worth it though. Especially for the deuterium. I mean, it increased our capacity by 3,000, which is crazy. But again, with large cargo bays, there's actually risk and reward. The risk is if it does get shut down, you do lose all of that space, right? As you guys saw with my deuterium, I lost so much because my large cargo bay got shut down in the last video, and I was down to 1,000 instead of having like 2,000 something. So I lost over 1,000 deuterium for free because of the fact that I got shut down. Rather than with smaller cargo bays, you have a less chance that each one will be shut down because of power. Therefore, you have less chance to lose it all. However, you don't hold as much. Do I think it's worth the risk to have large cargo bays? Yes, I do think it's worth the risk. Especially once you get them up and running, you can get rid of your other cargo bays if needed, and then it's well worth it, because at that point you probably won't have power issues as much as I am having. Probably. But then, of course, again, you also have to make sure your warp core is upgraded as well. It's definitely worth the risk. And especially if you're not in combat, like I'm not in combat right now, it's definitely worth the risk. Get your cargo bays up, increase them. Get the space as soon as possible. That way you can just keep holding the resources instead of having to tiptoe your way like I have been doing. I'm like worried about my resource management. Just get it. Just get the cargo bays up and store all those resources. So again, I'm worrying about the power consumption, the batteries. I'm very low on power. So I'm trying to figure out, is there any way I can save power? Logical option, turn off the holodeck. It takes a lot. Even I was literally just watching Voyager the other day, and they were talking about the power consumption. It was the Demon Planet episode, and they need to go into gray mode because they're running low on deuterium. And they mentioned how astrometrics takes so much power. Same thing, holodecks take so much power, and I'm just like, oh my god! Like everything I was like watching that episode came into play into what I have to say here. It's absolutely crazy. And yeah, honestly, turn off the holodeck. They consume so much energy. Just turn them off when I don't need them. It's one of the detriments of me having 2 holodecks, but the benefits of having 2 holodecks is my morale goes up immensely. So, was it worth it to have 2 holodecks? I don't know. In retrospect, I probably didn't need it, because again, the holodeck is taking 3x3 space. That's a lot of space for a holodeck, and I have 2 of them. So, in retrospect, now that I'm on part 12, and you guys are watching this one, part 8, in retrospect, I do regret building a second holodeck. But, hey, you know what? It is what it is. Technically speaking, it's gotten me some morale, right? It's kept me up there, so no harm, no foul. So I do go big on that dilithium and titanium deposit. That's great. I got a great amount. Fantastic. Some more deuterium here. So again, I don't usually fail deuterium, so just go big. Always getting the deuterium. It's so easy. So easy. Never have to worry about my fuel consumption, because I always succeed. I turned the biolab back on. I want to make more gel packs as soon as possible. Turn the sick bay off to save on the power. I might even turn the holodeck off, I think, here, because yes, our morale is going down. Oh no, I don't turn it off, but yeah, just trying to save on power as much as I can. As you guys can see, my battery is down to 80, 71, 62. Just dying. It's just dying. More titanium. Again, we're going through a nebula. I can't see what the resources are. So I'm like, is there any way I can get my uranium up? I don't know. It's kind of looking bad. And all of a sudden, I have so much titanium and not enough uranium. That's something that my resource management stuff will come into play. It's just like, you don't know, right? One moment you'll have this, one moment you won't have this, here and there. So I researched more phaser powers. That's great. What am I doing now? Waiting for my large cargo bay to finish being built. That's for sure. Yeah, we just keep moving on through the nebula. Again, just as a reminder, all the while we're doing this, if we try to accept the comms request, we will leave this location. I need to get all the resources I can while building up my ship as much as I can. Maximum uranium. Nice. I am now practically full. That's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. So I'm like, okay, I kind of want another cargo bay. Is there anything I can do to speed up this process? Ugh. So I switched that off to save on the power part. Again, the time does not disappear. Whatever time I had on the gel pack, it stays there. That's no problem. Just as a reminder there. So I don't have to worry about turning it on and off. But I am worried about my power consumption. I'm worried about my resources. And 2 more locations to unlock once we accept this. So, do I? I do. I ignore the rest. Kind of a mistake. Bad news, Captain. I've concluded Kessa's psychological evaluation. Every time she has a vision, specific region of her brain go into a state of hyperstimulation. Memory engrams perceptual centers. I think we have to consider the possibility that species 8472 is trying to probe her mind, Captain, to access her memory. How are you holding up, Kess? It's as if those creatures are right here in the room. I can't block them out. I'm scared, Captain. I strongly advise you take Kess out of range of species 8472. Unaddressed, this could have severe consequences. Thank you, Doctor. Keep me appraised of any further things. We need to locate the nearest Borg vessel. Helm's unresponsive. Engines are offline. The Borg are trying to take over the ship. They have access, and we are trying to decompress them out of Cargo Bay 2. We need to modify our agreement, says 7, and they will comply. They've accessed deflector controls. Voyager's emitting a resonant graviton beam. It's creating a singularity. Obviously, I follow with what the show does, and I decompress, or depressurize Cargo Bay 2. Its cycle is complete. However, we are still being pulled into the singularity that they did create. Just like in the show. Entering fluidic space. What? Where are we? Uncharted territory. Voyager finds itself in a bizarre fluidic realm, a swirling expanse of brown and green. The crew wonders what dangers this strange new space holds. We appear to have crossed an interdimensional rift. Ensign, pressurize the cargo bay. Aye, Captain. I'm still picking up 2 life signs. Not all the Borg were ejected during the decompression. Which is funny because 7 and 9 is actually on the bridge. Captain Janeway, we've entered the domain of species 8472, fluidic space. They know we are here. A fleet of battleships are already converging on our position. We will put the newly made torpedoes to test. This was your plan all along, wasn't it? Us, fighting your war. How can the Borg open a portal to fluidic space? We are Borg. We have stimulated that knowledge. There's more to it. You started this war, didn't you? Tried to conquer new territory. But they fought back. A species as malevolent as your own. Irrelevant. You have one option. Demonstrate the effectiveness of your warheads. Then we will keep our end of the bargain and open a portal back. I will discuss this with my crew. Individuals, discuss all you want. You have no alternatives. Contact us when you come. Okay, whatever. As you guys can see, I'm trying to read as fast as I can, but yeah. What do you propose, Commander? We play our part. After they bring us back out into the Delta Quadrant, we eliminate them. Sting them after they bring us over the river? We would be no better than the Scorpion. These Borg were once normal people. You're right. We could sever their link to the Collective. It's been done before with Jean-Luc Picard. Maybe. Brief Lieutenant Torres about it and keep it discreet. Should the bird betray us, the code word will be Scorpion. If you hear it, act. Understood. Everyone listen up. There's a tough battle ahead and I intend to win it. We will show Species 8472 what they're up against. We are in agreement. Captain, Kess' telepathic abilities are developing rapidly. She crushed a hyperspray with the power of her mind. Such uncontrolled psionic energy poses a danger to the ship. I propose intensifying our meditation sessions to help her gain control. And just like in the show, I do allow Tuvok to go assist Kess. You're vital to Kess. We handle it tactical leave. Okay. So, I, Captain. Tuvok leaves. Kess leaves. Captain, we just completed initial calculation of the biomolecular warheads. Not a moment too soon. One battleship approaching our position. So, we go into combat with the battleship. I do get 7 of 9 as a hero. So, we are able to use the bioweapons using her. So, our torpedoes are completely useless. We need to use 7 of 9. So, because I'm missing Tuvok, I decided to put B'Elanna, the Klingon B'Elanna in, which increases our damage during this combat. And it is stackable. How much, by how much, and how much it stacks, I don't know. It doesn't tell us. But I take it as, you know, I just use it. I figure it does work. So this is our first encounter with the battleship. You guys can see it has no shields. So immediately killed the shield, fired my weapon. No damage taken whatsoever. Now it did fire, and it did kill my shields though. Keep that in mind. Prototype shows promise, but the test is not complete. Holy she's right. More battleships incoming. We're hopelessly outnumbered. Lieutenant, deploy another volley of warheads. Let's end this. So 1, okay. Now we got 5. I was like, oh crap. 5? I don't think I noticed how much it killed my shields. I could auto-resolve, but as you guys can see, the risk is major. Survival chance is 100% guaranteed though. Even with torpedoes, it does not change the fact that I will sustain massive damage. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll do this myself. I will do this myself. So I use Balana, regular Balana instead, to try and keep my shields up. Considering that it was really easy to kill the battleship in one shot. So
ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Here we go. Fighting 5 ships at once.
Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Boom! There goes one. My shields are practically down. They are down now.
We've lost a subsystem, Captain.
I lost my shields. Use Balana's ability to get my shields back up. Oh, never mind. I lost my weapons, by the way. Not only did they penetrate my shields, but they destroyed my weapons, my forward weapons. However, I can still launch torpedoes.
Enemy shields down, Captain.
So again, just kill the shield, the 1% shield, and then immediately fire torpedoes whenever I get a chance with 7.
Ability ready, Captain.
Boom.
Ability ready, Captain.
3 down, 2 to go. All the while, I am sustaining damage, which sucks. Because I have no shield and I have to fly straight at their faces.
Enemy shields down, Captain.
You guys can see, they just incinerate my shields. There's nothing I can do, so I'm sustaining massive damage all the while I'm trying to destroy them.
Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields down, Captain.
My goodness. Absolutely insane.
Ability ready, Captain.
And boom. All 5 dead, but I sustained massive damage. Ha! They're retreating, Captain. We pulled it off. We will comply. I accidentally skipped that, I think. And, yeah. I accidentally skipped that. But in any case, we get back to the Delta Quadrant. Kess's contingent has stabilized. I get Tuvok and Kess back. All remaining battleships in the Delta Quadrant are retreating to their realm. The Borg have prevailed with our help. Now it's your turn. Give us safe passage through Borg space. Unacceptable. The alliance is terminated. Your ship and its crew will be assimilated. Resistance is futile. Betrayal. 7-9 turns on the crew. Security's phaser's fire bounces off her Borg shields as she plunges her simulation tubules into the helm console. She's trying to access our coordinates. Scorpion. As you guys can see, my top option has a 100% success rate. With 55 plus 55%, so that's a 110% chance to succeed. Obviously, you just need 100, so obviously I do that. Euro transceiver attached. Balana, connect me to her. Connection established. 7-9, you're human. A human individual. I can see your memories. You being human. We are Borg. Your appeal to humanity is something. I see a young girl. Family. Annika. Initiating power surge. Now. She's unconscious, Captain. 7-9's separation with the collective appears to have triggered a chain reaction. The other drone aboard Voyager has also lost consciousness. Get them to sickbay. Helm, get us out of Borg space. Maximum warp. So just FYI, as a reminder, I did go through this, as you guys can see, quite quickly, but if you read the dialogue from before, Harry did mention that when we repressurized Cargo Bay 2, 2 Borg had survived. 7 of 9 is one of them. The other one is 7 of 9's quote-unquote replacement. If we somehow lose her, that way we can continue the story. Just like how whenever one of our other heroes leave, we get replacements for them as well. So that's why there's 2 survivors instead of just 7 being the only survivor like in the show. So it's just game canon, not so much as show canon. In any case, with all the damage we sustained, we need to get things back online, especially sickbay, to get our people healed up. I only needed 1 sickbay, but I activated 2. Don't know why I did that. Life support is currently offline in 2 of our decks. I need to get that back online as well. We have the resources. I gotta just repair things. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm waiting for. Turn it on. Or repair, I mean. Oh, just FYI, my morale is being minus 52 per cycle at this current time. So, gotta keep that in mind. Gotta get things going. Come on. Turn it. Repair it. Yep, repair the life support. That's what I gotta do first. Repair life support. Alright, so now we're in a new sector. 2 more to go in this area. And we can't explore both of them. All the while, Tuvok is getting pissed at us that we're staying here too long. So I do take a break, and I come back, and a plasma storm just happened to attack my ship while I was off the game. My game, I turned it off, and I came back. 3 rooms got damaged in the process. Like, what the hell? I come back to a plasma storm damaging my ship even more? That was kind of annoying. I don't know what was damaged. If I remember correctly, damaged systems that were not on because of the life support. Either way, we start by scanning this sector to see what we get. Just keep in mind, as you guys can see at the top of my screen, my deuterium level is maximum 1000. My large cargo bay was turned off. So I lost deuterium again. Just as a reminder. So I am repairing that life support so I can get that cargo bay back up and running, because again, if we run out of fuel, we lose. So nothing I can do, so I might as well just go to the first thing, which is the titanium. I should play it safer than sorry, right? Thankfully the one shuttle is pretty safe. I mean, that red is very low, but I still end up on the yellow end of it, which is so stupid. Again, titanium I have a hard time succeeding in. Very hard time. And as you guys can see, the yellow and red was so small. And there's Tuvok right on cue, yelling at me now. 30! Minus 30 morale per cycle. It's like, I'm trying to do the quest line now as fast as I can, and yet I'm still doing it way too slow, which is so sad. But it will pay dividends in the end. As you guys can see, my morale is at 75% capacity. It will pay dividends in the end that I'm wasting all my morale right now. Believe me, it's definitely worth it to get all the resources, research, and build up your ship. So worth it. In any case, I got my cargo bay back online. And it did retain some of the resources, by the way. It did retain some of it. So, that's great. So now our deuterium levels are maximum. Duranium is 0, though, so we need to get duranium. Thankfully, there's a lot here. Get the science lab back up so I can get research points. I'm not going to answer the comms right away, because I need to get all the repairs done as soon as possible. Oh, never mind, I do answer it. Never mind. Captain, our Borg guest is rejecting its implants. I appear the separation from the collective has triggered this reaction. She's dying. I have to remove the implants, but some of them replace vital organs. She may not survive the procedure. So there's a percent chance that I actually don't get 7 of 9. Isn't that crazy? So with this Vidian's surgical device, I actually do have a higher chance of success, and it works. 7-9 is stable and recovering while some of the Borg implants remain. They no longer pose a threat to her health. She is, shall we say, mostly human again. So green indicates Borg that don't have home. Just FYI. He used the same procedure on the other Borg member, and now we have one Borg member that's not housed. They cannot be housed in the same as the regular crew, so I need to make Borg alcoves. So as you guys can also see on the screen right now, to the left of the doctor is 7, to the right is the other Borg member. I love that detail. Very good. Very good. But just so happens they made it female. It's like, why make it female? Should have just been male. It's kind of funny. Captain Janeway, what have you done? I cannot hear the others. The voices are gone. We had to remove your cortical implant, 7. It was necessary. I'm like, look at this. There's a Borg there. It was necessary to save your life. You will return this drone to the Borg. It's not possible, but I'm offering you a place on Voyager, a chance to rediscover your individuality. I do not understand. I am Borg. I have no individuality. There's more to more to you than that, 7. You were once human. We can help you find her again. I am unsure, but to learn who I was, it is intriguing. We'll do everything we can to help. What was your name before the simulation? Annika Henson. But I'm not that person. I was and still am Borg. My name is 7 of 9. As you wish, 7. As you guys can see, 7-9 has been recruited. And it was an achievement. In the bottom right corner, which I am covering, it does say it is an achievement to unlock 7 of 9. Our other Borg patient is eager to talk to you. 9 of 9. Captain Jerry, we haven't been introduced yet. But that does not seem to fit anymore. You may call me 9 of 9. Just 9. So, very interesting. I don't think the show ever mentioned another member of 7's adjunct, and that is, here we go. As you guys can see, 9 of 9. She is one of the other Borg members of her designation. That's great to see. Yeah. So 9 of 9 is our extra Borg member. She is not a hero, unfortunately, but she is 7's replacement if we ever lose her. Just like how I think Nunez, right, was Tuvok's replacement whenever Tuvok is not available, and so on and so forth. Every hero in the game has their replacement. 9 of 9 is 7's replacement, just in case. And she is another crew member, so if we do need extra hands, she is now available. Liberating. You're doing better than I expected. Thank you, Captain. Being Borg, it felt like an eternity, but I know I wasn't part of the collective as long as the others, and now I am lost. We severed you from the collective, 9. I can't help but feel responsible. You're welcome to stay aboard Voyager. We'll find a place for you. Perhaps that is acceptable. Perhaps anywhere can be home. It will take time to adjust, to become useful. I'm sure you will, 9. Unlike 7 of 9, 9 of 9 is very appreciative and is a lot more adaptive. So it's like, dang, where was 9 of 9 during the regular show? She would have been a lot better suited to the show than 7, because 7 was very retaliatory, but 9 is very cooperative. I'm going to take a small break to refresh myself. I have to take my sweatshirt off because it is hot now, so I'll be right back. You're really going to allow the Borg access to the bridge? That puts Voyager systems at risk, Captain. We severed their connection to the collective, Commander. We're responsible for them. 7, please excuse the Commander's apprehension. His concerns are irrelevant. I will demonstrate my utility. Charming. 7-9's knowledge of the Borg is invaluable, especially since we're in their territory. With species 8472 no longer a threat, we need options. 7, your first official duty is analyze the sector and find a way out, a wormhole, and not only anything, even a temporal overlift. I will comply, Captain. Good. Maintain course. Yellow alert. We also got the shield matrix and the Borg tree, so cool. But it is another building, and it does require Borg nanites. Any Borg technology that we get requires Borg nanites, which to me is a little concerning because of the fact that we need to make the nanites. All the while, I'm trying to make gel packs to upgrade our regular Federation technology, so it's give and take. It's a good thing we have 2 biolabs in the first place, but it is a process. You have to pick and choose what you want as you go through the game. In any case, as we can see, 7-9 has both engineering and science, so that's great. We can put her in the science labs, we can put her in the engineering stuff. I'm just taking a look at her research percentage, and 7 has a 1% higher rate than Harry Kim. Don't know why I'm putting anyone in navigational deflector in the first place. Really don't have to, because we're not traversing through asteroids or anything like that. Life support back online for the waste disassembler. I gotta repair that cargo bay, but I don't have the resources to do so. Holodeck is now back online as well. But again, morale is still going down. Power consumption is still going down as well. This duranium deposit had titanium as well. Titanium is kind of full, but not max, so we can easily do this. I am out of duranium, so I do trying to go big. I do succeed, thankfully. That's great, because I do need the duranium to do repairs. Had I not been able to do that successfully, I would not be able to do any repairs at all. So I get the science lab up, so I can try and get more research points, as well as I get this cargo bay up, so I can increase my duranium capacity. And I get the bio lab up, so I can make more gel packs and or nanites. And I proceed to the next duranium. Cargo bay repaired. So that increases my duranium capacity. I do resume building the large cargo bay, because that's kind of important now going forward. Biolab, Science Lab, both repaired, but currently not online because I do not have the crew count. 3 people are still injured, 43 are not housed, and yeah, I just don't have the amount of people to do this. So I turn on the science lab so I could earn the research points, because while we're not in combat or doing anything specific, I might as well have the research going, or research points accumulating, and then of course getting research points or the research tree going whenever possible. Like I said, whenever possible, you should research stuff because it will only help you in the long term. So I initiate more repairs, get to the duranium deposit. I need to get as much duranium as I can, so I try and go big. It fails. I lose my shuttle, I lose 3 more people, and I lose morale. Major fail. Look how small. Look at it. I'm taking my time, and I'm like really frustrated. What is that? Like 7% chance to fail, and I failed dramatically. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I'm down to 119 crew, guys. Absolutely insane that I failed that. Such a small percentage, too. Very small percentage, and it just blew up in my face. Not only did I lose a shuttle, but I lost people. So I get my crew quarters back up. Again, that only fixes morale. That doesn't fix the problem with housing people. So I don't get those crew members yet, which is so stupid. So stupid. So you guys can see I'm taking a look at the shield matrix that I was able to obtain. But again, it's a building, so I need to build it, and I don't have the nanites for that. So I'm like, okay, is there anything else I can look into for my research points? And I was like, oh, is this the Borg, ex-Borg housing thing? Yes, it is. The one icon there, the green icon. Yeah, I'm just kind of at a standstill. Just trying to figure things out. Again, because I lost crew members, I'm panicking because I'm like, I have no people available, and my morale is starting to go down and down and down. So I can't just keep closing things off. I need to get more people. I need to get more people while keeping my morale up. It's like, oh my goodness. Terrible situation. In retrospect, I don't think I need to worry too much. I may have overreacted at the time, but it is a kind of concern, right? Because without the crew, you can't operate your buildings. So, again, was there a risk? Yes, there was. I mean, it was tiny though, right? I think that was one that it was worth the risk to try and get more duranium. I think it was just horrible RNG luck on my side. I mean, that is my thing. I have horrible RNG. So I decided to go tier 3 crew, by the way. So that's good. Get that going. Yeah, my life is just full of bad luck. I am one of the most unluckiest people you would ever meet, so don't trust me with your life, that's for sure. So again, emergency quarters up. Again, every building that's operational consumes power, and we are running on battery. What am I doing now? What am I doing now? I actually don't know what I'm doing. I turned my torpedo launch bay off. I need to construct another shuttle, but I turned that off as well because we're not using it. Again, I need to save power wherever possible because I am running on battery. Turn sick bay off. Now, in the event that we actually engage the Borg at any given time, I don't have my torpedoes operational. If we get emergency hails, I can't use shuttles. So, again, power management is of a huge concern right now. Obviously, if I get to my destinations, I can turn them on and off for these specific things. But, yeah, I need to really pay attention to my power consumption. As always, my deuterium is always successful, more or less. So I don't really need to worry about my fuel. And as you guys can see, my deuterium levels are quite high right now. But the reason why we went there is just because it's the closest thing while using our cycles wisely. So I think to myself, I need to upgrade my engineering because this warp power is just not working with me right now. We just don't have enough battery power to keep going like this. And now that I got this cargo bay up, it's like that's another thing that's being powered on, as well as taking crew. Everything's taking crew. Everything's taking power. It's like, oh my god, I need to shut certain systems down. I can't have things up. If we get injuries, that's even going to be worse because then sick bay has to be turned on and I'm missing people. So many things to consider. So all my crews are standing by. I think I just start trying to clear out rooms so I could get the duranium. Again, I turned off another thing because we're not in combat, and the disruptor array was taking a lot of energy and people. They didn't do anything with it. This one has duranium and titanium. That's great. My luck with mining facilities though is not good. So kind of not the best options available to me. So I think I do go safer, right? Yeah, I go safer. And I get minimal amounts. But that's totally fine. I just need anything I can get my hands on at this point. With my bad luck taking part in some of the operations, I can't lose more people. So I decided to just go safe route, right? The yellow is still succeeding. And therefore, I don't lose anybody. I don't lose anything. I just don't get as much. So, I don't know why I'm using my duranium to repair my hull right now. I can't afford to waste that duranium. So, kind of dumb on me. I'm looking at my titanium and deuterium levels. I'm like, do I really need more? Okay, well, I'll go get this deuterium and then I'll probably leave this area and go to the next area. Not leave the entire sector, but go to the next area. So I turn my stuff back on for this deuterium. Again, deuterium's not the biggest issue right now, so I do succeed. And I get almost 100% capacity, by the way. And if I accept this comms request, we will leave the sector, so I cannot do that. We still have one location to explore and get resources, so obviously not going to accept the comms request. Again, if you guys are able to hear it, the beep 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 sound, I do apologize. I mean, even I wasn't. I mean, for me, it's even louder, right? For me, it's even louder. Crew tier 3 has been researched, so now I'm able to do more stuff, including a second level on the holodeck. Now that I think about it in retrospect, I shouldn't have unlocked this tier yet. So let's start scanning all the locations. I'm looking for duranium now, not titanium, which is so sad. It's like the resource all of a sudden is flipped in the opposite direction. Look, there's a wormhole here. I can't do anything about it. Some of these locations have no information, right? Like that planet, like the wormhole. I think it's based off of certain events, right? Had we done something differently in some other fashion, there probably is a side quest attached to those things, and therefore we could have investigated the wormhole, for example. For example, that wormhole, it may have been the Ferengi that led back to the Alpha Quadrant, perhaps. I don't know if that's actually in the game or not, but during the show, there is a moment where the Ferengi are involved, and they came from the Alpha Quadrant because of a wormhole. That could be it, but because I did do something correctly out here, perhaps that wormhole doesn't have that point of interest anymore, and therefore the quest is no longer available to us. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But it is something that to keep in note, that some of these places don't have anything attached to them, but it's like, why even include it in the game then? It's just because you may have missed something here or there, and you never know. Your choices have consequences, as the game keeps telling me. Oh man, my throat is aching. I'm talking so much. I'm gonna try and talk as least amount possible while still giving you guys information. I'll try and talk in a little lower voice too. I do apologize if you guys can't hear me, because the voiceovers for both the last part and this part are very taxing on my throat. One reason why I'm going to do my talking as I play the game, because I'll probably talk less as I play. Whereas here, I gotta give you my insight into everything I'm doing. Thankfully, I'm getting the uranium that I need to do repairs and build stuff, so that's great and all. But again, battery consumption is a huge problem. And again, I don't have the crew count, so big issues. Big issues. My hull is at a good place, so I turned the assignments off for that. I turned the torpedo launch bay back on just in case I come into combat, because we're still in Borg space. Turn the biolab back on so I can try and, I think... Oh, it looks like we're going to leave. So I didn't really fully explore this location. I do apologize, but I'm not going to read this. If you guys want to read it, you guys can. But 7 of 9 has unlocked more Borg technology, so that's great. So this is the part where Kess is supposed to leave us, because 7 of 9 is now part of the show, and so Kess is leaving the show. But let's see what happens here. So Kess is saying that, or Janeway's saying that Kess has been working with Tuvok to overcome her telepathic issues. But this isn't the end; it's the beginning of Kess's journey. And she has a gift for Voyager, thrusting us. So we skipped the whole endeavor of her damaging the ship and getting to a shuttle, and instead she uses her ability to throw the ship across Borg space, just like in the show. Scorpion completed, so now we are able to move on with the story. I have no choice, obviously. We're 9.5 thousand light years from where we were, Captain. 10 years closer to home. Kess delivered us across Borg space. And yet, Kess is no... As we can see, Kess was not in the shuttle. She is still on the ship. She is still in our sick bay. Different from the show. And so, lo and behold, we have Kess still on board. So 7 and 9 suggest we upgrade our stellar cartography to add astrometrics. Obviously, that's a great thing to do, so we will see how that plays out. Intriguing idea. Yes, it is. So now I have astrometrics in the science tech tree unlocked. Obviously, we will get it because not only is astrometrics actually...
Lieutenant Tuvok. Kess's psionic abilities resulted in a spatial jump which propelled Voyager over 10,000 light years. A quantifiable strategic improvement in our primary objective. However, Kess remains unconscious, with an uncertain recovery timeline. Her recovery is logically of significant importance to me. As her mentor, I find myself evaluating all variables. Her inherent potential, my instructional methodology, and the magnitude of her exertion. While logic indicates the event was unavoidable, the questions persist. Could more have been done? Could I have better prepared her? It is vexing. Supplemental. Per the captain's order, we are commencing the enhancement of stellar cartography, utilizing Borg technology. Our new ex-Borg personnel guarantee significant benefits for the journey home and for Starfleet data acquisition. Despite immense security concerns, protocol violations, and evident crew unease, the captain remains resolute.
Personal log, Lieutenant Tom Paris. How do I even begin to describe that? Kess almost went supernova, hurling us 10,000 light years clean out of Borg space? Yeah, that's the most coherent summary I can manage. Trouble is, Kess is out cold in sickbay. The doctor's quiet, which means it's serious. Too bad our replicators can't whip up a bouquet of flowers. Though knowing Kess, she'd probably prefer a potted tomato plant over a bunch of dying flora. Honestly, Tuvok probably worked some kind of Vulcan miracle there. Without him, Kess would have just been a ticking time bomb for hours. On the brighter side, this whole Borg escapade is giving me plenty of material. A new chapter for my holo novel is practically writing itself. Invaders from the 9th dimension. Just need to nail down the title. The Space Saga of Captain Galaxy. Nah, feels a bit clunky. Maybe Kess will have a better suggestion.
Captain Proton.
Supplemental. Apparently the captain wants to enhance stellar cartography with Borg technology. Whether Voyager gets assimilated or not, the blinking green lights will tell us soon enough.
So just FYI, I left and got more drink because my god, my throat is killing me. But yeah, as you guys can see from the from these logs, Kess is still with us and is in sickbay. So unlike the show, which had Kess's reasons for leaving, we still have Kess on our ship. She is still part of the crew. So that is a most welcome change because she was gaining levels, right? She is a hero, so she was gaining levels and is part of the crew. So if we just lost her, that would have sucked. So now we both have Kess and 7 of 9. Much different from the show. Obviously, if you guys know about the show, why Kess's character left, it had to deal with real life issues, obviously. So I think it's better this way because Kess should have stayed on the ship, honestly. So it says to continue our journey, we need to research astrometrics. Obviously, I will do that right away because it's only beneficial. So instead of having to go to a sector first and then scan stuff, we can now do it from any sector in the location that we're at. So that's great. So obviously I need a regeneration alcove for my Borg. I only have one right now, but it is kind of important to get in the future. So first, because one Borg member is not a big deal and our morale is going up, I decided to not get the alcove yet and just go for astrometrics. As you guys can see there, Hirogen Relay Station. This is now the Hirogen space. So expect a lot more battles here. Yeah. So in any case, we are still scanning all the locations here. Make sure we get all the research for the resources that we can attain. As you guys can see, a good amount of everything here. But yeah. My next step is to try and get those large cargo bays up. Make space for and clear all the ruined rooms as well. And try and get my warp core up to its next tier as well. I'm actually going to pause this and take a small break. I'll be right back again. Alright, I do apologize for all my breaks. I'm back. What was I doing? Figuring out my spacing. I actually have 2 crews standing by, but I don't have the power. Obviously, that sucks. I'm just minusing more power. Trying to figure out... rotating the cargo bay so I can hold more geranium. That way I can build more stuff. Man, turning life support on. Boom! 18 more energy for that floor. That's so crazy. There. So now I'm trying to build my battery power back up because it is dangerously low. Because of the extra titanium, I do switch over to the Borg nanites. Might as well get Borg technology if we can. It will only help. Yeah, so that's that. So there is a side quest thing happening at the next sector, neighboring sector, I should say. Neighboring system, I should say, actually. And yeah, as you guys can see, it is Hirogen based. I was thinking about at the time, and I do remember this too. I was thinking to myself, why did I have to be in this sector? Or this system? I don't know. It just kind of sucks because I don't need the stuff here, but you guys can see. Get food and dilithium. That's great. Not a lot, but something's better than nothing. That was my only option, so it's not like I had many options to choose from. I'm just going to continue getting some resources here while I'm here. Yeah, it's not the biggest deal, whether I succeed or not. Turn the shuttle bay on for this moment. I also forgot that I lost a shuttle, so I might as well build it now. And again, deuterium usually has a high success rate anyways, so... And again, very low fail rate, but deuterium usually I never fail, so it's not too much to worry about. What I do need is uranium, so while I'm building my battery power back up a little bit, I'm just trying to see and focus on what can be turned on and off. So again, we're going to go get uranium so I can afford to repair my hull right now. Because if I get a high amount, then that will fill us up and we won't have to worry about it. So again, the risk is a little lower, so I do try to go for a high load, and I do get the 100% distribution, completely filling up my uranium capacity. That's absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. So, very good. That being said, I have no life support on this floor, so I need to try and calculate more resource managements. What am I looking for? Honestly, I have no idea. I'm going to tell you guys right now. This floor, this deck, or these two decks on this side of the ship are dedicated to large cargo bays. I need the large cargo bays for my resources going forward. And so, I don't know if I'm thinking about it right now, but I'm also thinking about how can I clear out the space while saving on the battery consumption. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I need to get the warp core up to the next tier, tier 5. I need to get it up as soon as possible because I just don't have the power. So instead of a resource deposit, we have a ship. Let me actually reread that. So we found this shipwreck to collect resources. Scans detect faint life signs on the ship from an unknown life form. Appears to be in critical condition and it may not survive much longer. So obviously I have a team to go and recover the life form. That is my only option because my sick bay is off. And because of the sick bay being off, I don't have the option to do that, which probably had a green success rate. So instead I just get yellow. The team discovers the life form clinging to life. It is a non-humanoid, insect-like creature. As a crew member approaches it, it lets out a sharp screech and leaps onto them, clinging tightly. Alien? Much? Alien reference? Much? Maybe. All attempts to carefully separate the two fail and seem to hurt both of them. Is that not an Alien reference or what? I mean, holy crap, that is literally just like Alien. So I decide to either take the risk or just beam the team up immediately, bring the unknown life form along if no other option remains. So I decided to go the safe route. After further scans, the doctor determines that removing the life form would cause irreparable damage to the crewman's organs. He needs to consult an extensive exobiology database to find a solution. Just like an Alien. So I only have three options actually. I have 3 options. Form a task force to expedite the search for a solution, or based on Federation medical database, I can create a hollow duplicate of the leading exobiologist, Dr. Krell Mozet, or use force to separate the life form from the crew. Obviously, each one has its own risks. Each one's basically kind of, risk and reward. So I try to do the holodeck simulation duplicate of Dr. Krell Mozet, a Cardassian exobiologist with impressive medical accomplishments, and is successful and created. But a Bajoran crew member recalls that he gained his knowledge by conducting gruesome experiments on captured Bajorans. This was actually part of the actual show, so not surprising that they added something like this. I don't think it's in the same fashion though. So 50-50 chance for either way. So it doesn't really matter which one I pick. So I decide to let Dr. Krell do his work. I unfortunately fail. And so Dr. Mozet begins his treatment and the life form screeches echoes through Voyager's hallways. In the end, the crewman survives with injuries. Thank goodness, so I don't actually lose any crew people. However, the life form does not survive, and we decide to just deactivate Dr. Mozet, and I lose 400 morale because of the fact that we used his methods, but I do gain some research points, so that's kind of good in a matter of speaking. But yeah, so at least my crew member is alive. To be honest, the morale, whatever, right? I'm ready at over 75%, so the morale is not the biggest deal. it's just, I'm glad that my person survived. I'm really glad my person survived. So I need to turn sickbay back on because the person is indeed injured. Therefore, I need to turn something off, which sucks. Probably the workshop. Or holodeck, maybe. Since I am gaining morale, I can turn the holodeck off. I turned the torpedo launcher off. That's pretty stupid, actually. Whatever. Oh, and Kess is also... This is the moment I discovered that Kess is still on board. So I'm like, oh, Kess can still be healed and is still part of the crew. So I definitely want sickbay open so I can heal Kess much sooner and get her back up to speed. So just throwing that out there. Yeah, so we continue on with our search for resources. As you guys can see, we are at maximum capacity is for almost everything. So I let a couple cycles go, so astrometrics is finished. Opening up my chance to get tier 5 engineering if we can get the resources, but I also need to research the alcoves, regeneration alcoves for the Borg. So considering it costs only 40, I decided to do that so I can build up my research points even more to get engineering level 5. Yeah, so now I need to upgrade stellar cartography to become astrometrics lab. So obviously I will work on that. And I have the resources to do so, so in 4 cycles I will get it. All the while, we continue to go get more resources now. So we'll go to the titanium first. We have a chance to get scientific data instead of titanium. I don't think I read that carefully. Because I think I do take, yeah, I do the science route, which was a mistake. But I do get science points. So that's great. That gets me much closer to getting engineering level 5. Stellar cartography has been researched and upgraded. So now I have the stellar cartography room, and that unlocks the next quest line as well. But I don't think I want to do it just yet. Again, because I don't know if I want to keep getting other resources. My hull is also repaired to maximum capacity as well. Yeah. So I'm going to get more duranium here. Again, risk is worth reward in some cases. We also can turn on the torpedo launch bay to unlock the third option. So I do go big or go home kind of situation here. And I do succeed. Yay. Great amount of duranium. Filling me up once more. Always a good feeling when I get that, right? I don't think I could do anything else at this time, so I do accept the comms. Stellar cartography is up and running. You guys can see the details on this room is absolutely fantastic. Is it as efficient as 7 promised? It's more efficient, Captain. We've plotted a new course home. It will eliminate 5 years off our journey. And she detected the sensor arrays controlled by the Herodian. Oh no, sorry. The USS Prometheus first, actually. My apologies. The USS Prometheus. So again, like I said, I'm going to try and keep my voice down. You guys can read this if you want. You guys can follow along with my cursor as well. But yeah, the USS Prometheus. Abandoned relay stations by the Herodians. We are able to connect all the way back to the Alpha Quadrant. The USS Prometheus is in the Alpha Quadrant, and we're able to see it. Able to see it, not just communicate, but to see it. To me, I think to myself, this was one of the parts of the show that's kind of weird. How can we not send a communication message, but we can send a program, a hologram? A hologram has more data, in my opinion, right? I think they might have explained it in the show, but in my opinion, I don't think that's correct. I think a message would have been better suited for the situation. But it was a way to give the Doctor an away mission, use the mobile emitter. So it's kind of cool. In this case, instead of sending the Doctor by himself, we are going to research technology that will allow us to send holographic projections of not only the Doctor, but I believe one other crew member as well. So very different from the show. It won't be a single away mission for the Doctor, but in terms of playing the away mission, we can send someone else, which is great. I like that change. It's not realistic, but in the sense of the game, it does make sense, and it actually works well, in my opinion. Now with the astrometric lab up, we can scan the other sectors, the other systems of this sector, and we can see what resources they have and what points of interest are here as well. I can now lay in courses to the other systems a lot more efficiently. As you guys can see, I took a break there too, and yeah, I could plan out my resources a little bit more accordingly, including seeing some trade stations, for example. So very helpful that we have the astrometrics lab now up and running. Obviously it was story required, but it's good to have it now, and I can, going forward, it makes it much easier to plan out my resources and, you know, see what I can get, what I can trade, what I can afford to lose, and all that. So, as Seven mentioned, very efficient technology. Very efficient. So with that also in mind, I do, story driven wise, I need to research the holographic technology. So in the meantime, I'm going around to the next system. So I need to finish the alcoves first, which is getting done in two more cycles, whatever it was. Meanwhile, I am going to take a look at what's here at this small system. This system is quite small. Look, there's only 6 points of interest with a few relay stations and that side quest. There isn't much here, so yeah, not much here. So that's why I decided to come here and just take a look at everything. So the regeneration alcove is researched. I can now start the research on the holographic duplicates in the science lab. So as you guys can see, alcoves take duranium and 1 nanite, which I do have the nanite for. It is a 3x1 space though, just like crew quarters. So I do need to figure out a place for the alcoves. It does house 10 Borg. We only have 1 extra Borg, so it's not like it's the biggest priority, but I do need to figure out a place for them. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. But I want to save my right side of the ship for the large cargo bays. So eventually I will get rid of that crew quarters there. And so I'm determining what's the best course of action to get these alcoves up and running. Probably left part of the ship, away from the cargo bays. But we'll see. Again, my power consumption is at a maximum right now, with a lot of systems off. So I just need to try and figure out resource management, right? Just what is the best options going forward right now. And don't exactly remember what's going through my head right now. I'm just looking at my cargo bays, checking they're all level 2. I think I'm going to dismantle this cargo bay. Spoiler alert, I do dismantle that cargo bay eventually, if not right now. And that does become the first alcove location. So, just throwing that out there. I'm pretty sure I do it right now. Yeah, so there we go. I'm dismantling that cargo bay. And then I will make the regeneration alcove there, the first one. Spoiler alert, that means I also get 2, because we get Borg later. But yeah, so I start turning some systems back on so I can clear out some space, as well as have the space, the capacity to hold the resources from that cargo bay. So you guys can see my titanium and uranium capacity has increased. I can now hold the resources there. Build the alcove there as well. Perfect. Get that going. I also have a comms request as well. My uranium is lower right now, but that's what the cargo bay is for. That's why it's on. I turned it off just now, so it's actually not full. Again, I'm trying to save the battery as much as I can right now. As much as I can right now. So again, I reminded myself, oh, I need to finish researching the holographic duplication therapy, or theory, for the main quests. I do start it. Yes, I do. So in 8 cycles that will be completed. After that, I can get engineering to its next tier, tier 5. So I took a look. I have the resources for it. I just need to wait the cycles out. Kess is fully recovered, and she is back up to speed. So feel free to read it if you guys want to. Read it along. So Kess can't do that again. Just like in the show, she can't help us again. But she is, unlike the show, she will stay on the ship. Which is great. Which is great. Yay! As you guys can see, Kess is back in the hydroponics bay. Perfect. We get to keep her as a member. Very happy about that. So, distress signal at this deuterium site actually ended up being a vessel. It's actually in an ambush. It's a Herosian ship, by the way. So, the location was a Herosian ship in the first place. So, technically speaking, I could have saw that coming. But yeah, so either way, we also got 7 of 9 as a hero, a regular hero, so she could be added to that as well. But I decided to go with B'Elanna, Tuvok, and Neelix, my usual combo for combat, especially against an unknown enemy. You guys can see the Herosian stats in the top right corner. Pretty equal.
Moving to attack the front, Captain.
As far as capabilities, but obviously my ship is much stronger.
Ability ready, Captain.
I have no idea what I'm doing in my ship. It's flying in a circle.
Ability
That's
ready,
fine.
Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
As you guys can see, their warp core is their front of the
Ability
ship,
ready, Captain.
so I immediately target their warp core, going straight for it. Because if I can kill their warp core, I can start
Ability
destroying the
enemy
ship
shields destroyed, Captain.
and kill them much faster. Look at that. Look at that. Sorry, shields. No, it is a work port. Never mind, it is a work port.
Moving to attack the starboard side, Captain.
Because I killed a warp
Ability
core,
ready,
all their
Captain.
shields are dead too. Interesting. Yeah, they retreated. Minimal damage, and we got resources. Absolutely fantastic. So I thought to myself, pretty easy fighting Corrosion. I thought they were going to be tougher. Alright. So that was cool. That was very successful. I took a break as well. And I believe... Yeah, we're still researching the duplicates, the holographic duplicates, so I can't do anything else. I decide to go and investigate the side quest. Captain receiving distress call from an upcoming ship. Looks familiar to Neelix, but he can't figure out why. So I decide to help. Which is funny, because we just fought the Herosian ship, and we're not identifying this as a Herosian ship. That's funny. It's funny. So, we were sending an away team. Unfortunately, I did not really think about the consequences of actually going on this side quest. My resources are quite full. Deuterium's full. Morale is full. Duranium is full. Tritanium is full. Food is full. So unfortunately, spoiler alert, I am going to be wasting this side quest and I'm going to lose out on resources because I am so full, which is very disappointing to see. I am required to bring Klingon, or it's recommended I bring Klingon, so I obviously chose B'Elanna. Not to mention her engineering expertise is going to be massive in this endeavor. I also bring the Doctor because it's a medical emergency after all. Not to mention he has the... I don't know what all the symbols represent, by the way. But and they also need security. I could choose regular B'Elanna or Klingon B'Elanna. So I actually choose Klingon B'Elanna, I think, because she has security abilities as well. First move, well, I looked at it and I'm like, oh crap, I'm full of resources. Well, I better take things nice and slow, do things very safely. I decided on the Doctor. I even get a critical success. So now I'm full on food. I get extra resource points, which is great. And then this is where the engineering expertise comes into play. And I can get deuterium. Again, with this amount of deuterium, I will be quite full. So, yay! I want a little bit more success rate on this, so I do go with this second option, which won't get me too full, but it'll get me almost full, which again is great. So again, another option of someone to use. If I use Chakotay and B'Elanna, then I will fatigue them even more. So I decided on the Doctor, very minimal failure. So again, more research points. Way more than enough research points now to do stuff on my ship. Very happy with that. So again, this is why we brought B'Elanna on board, and it's an automatic success. I get dilithium and tritanium if we succeed. The other options aren't as successful, so obviously this is the reason why we brought the Klingon on board. Therefore, we choose B'Elanna. We get another success. Way mission successful in all aspects, including one critical. And we get plenty of resources and EXP. Lovely. Chakotay up. Both the Doctor and B'Elanna up. Lovely. Absolutely fantastic. So the patient is indeed a Herosian. Neelix even points it out, which is funny because it's like we already fought with erosion, so of course we know this should have been. A warrior race, yes it is. So thankful to the Vidian surgical device, we have a 100% success rate of saving the guy's life. Again, had I not gotten this device, things would have been totally different going forward through my story. And this isn't the last time it's going to come into play, I promise you that. So now I need to wait until the Hirogen recovers in 10 turns. So in the meantime, I could do other things, including, you know, upgrading my ship and all that, repairing the damage that I received from the last battle. Until the research is done on the holographic duplicates, I can't get engineering level 5. So I think I might go to the next system. Because I'm so full, right? All of my resources are full. Even my research points are now way above what they need to be. So I'm going to scan the next system over. Again, with the astrometrics lab, we can do that now. But yeah, we are absolutely full on everything. Compared to when I started part 7, right? And we had nothing left. Now all of a sudden, we're ending the near of part 8, and I have everything I need. Way too much of everything I need, actually. Hence the reason why we need large cargo bays now. Smaller ones aren't going to cut it. We need larger cargo bays. So as you guys can see, we are just looking at everything, including other points of interest. Crew for hire, slave trader, Borg survivors. A lot of things happening in this system. Of course, we gotta keep in mind, this is in an asteroid field, so I do take hull damage if I go there. So I'm debating what I want to do now. In 6 cycles, the duplicates will be done, but it takes 6 cycles to get to the next system over. So yeah, I'm just trying to decide on what I want to do, what course of action I want to take. So I do decide to actually go to that system. I'm pretty sure. Also, the gel packs were just made in that lab too. So I think I might even transfer over to the nanites, so I can build Borg technology. Because again, the Borg technology, the buildings require nanites to build, not gel packs. So kind of important to get both at the same time. So I'm just kind of, again, managing my power, managing my resources, just trying to figure out what I want to do. We are leaving this system to go kill some time. Regeneration alcove has been built, so now I can house the one Borg that I had. Yeah, the one Borg, 9 of 9, she is now being housed in this room. Look at it. Look at the detail of this room. Oh my god, it looks so good. Crazy. Crazy the details they put into this game's visuals. Absolutely insane. We are entering a plasma storm, a new source of trouble in space. And so we are going to be taking hull damage with the plasma storm here. So I do try to put someone in the navigational deflector to minimize that damage, to no effect, unfortunately. So I'm still researching. 2 more cycles. 1. We need shore leave. The crew wants shore leave. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I don't have the space for this. But I was like, okay, well, maybe. So I do allow 10 to leave. My large hydroponics bay was shut down because I don't have the crew capacity for it. So now I need to reorganize my crew again, my ship, just so I can get large hydroponics bay back up and running. If I remember correctly, I do turn off a holodeck because I am pretty much max. I am max morale. So I should turn off the holodeck. All the while, my Herosian my Herosian guest has fully recovered. So yeah, I do turn off the holodeck, saving me 25 energy and 8 crew. So I could turn hydroponics back on, all while still saving energy. And I need 1 more cycle for the holographic duplicates. I turned both holodecks off too, by the way. So we fly. Duplication theory has been unlocked or researched, and now I can do the technology. Plasma storm minus 22 per cycle, so that sucks. I need to use my crews to repair my hull to minimize that damage. So now I need to send a away team to the USS Prometheus to continue the main storyline. So a lot of things happening. A lot of things happening right now, right? But I want to get engineering tier 5 so we can get the warp core up to its next tier, and I don't have to worry about my battery power consumption as much. Lurking in the shadows, species 8472 makes its way into my ship by way of the Herosian guest being on board. So, yeah. Seven's not happy that the species is on board, and she wants to kill it immediately, but I want to wake up the Herosian for any data that he may have. The doctor protests because he's not fully recovered yet, but he may have information that I may need. And so, just like in the show, this Herosian and his partner were hunting down species 8472. By the way, they got his face right. He looks just like the guy. Yeah. We are going to have to work with this guy to capture 8472. In which we do corner the creature. But of course, just as we know, it's more scared than it is violent. It just wants to return home. I think Kess comes into play here. Yes, Kess comes in. And because we still have Kess on board, it just wants to go home. And, yeah. 7 wants to kill it. Kess wants to save it. And so obviously we do the right thing, and we do want to try and save it. Totally fine that 7 doesn't want to be a part of it. That's just the way it is, just like in the show. Kind of. Kind of. Because she won't help us, we have to do it ourselves. We do succeed. We do succeed, though. and the creature actually is partaking in the singularity creation, and B'Elanna's having a whole conversation with it too. Not literally, but she's acting like she is, which is really cool. The interaction's really cool. That's something unique to the game that I loved. And in return, we get mind piloting Link in the engineering tree. And 7 is even like, oh, I guess the creature was even more, forgiving than originally thought. So that's really cool. So we do get a research tech because of them, just like we got the Vidian medical device. Same thing. We helped the creature, we got something out of it. Absolutely fantastic. But the Hirogen, we sent him back on his way. He's not happy that we let it go, and he says Hirogen will come and hunt us down. But that's normal. That does happen in the show, so it's not surprising. So now that that's done, we are going to get engineering level 5. That is my next goal. I am looking for the mind piloting Link. It is right there on the screen, but I keep going over it. It's in tier 4. Pay attention to tier 4. It's on the right side of the tree. But for some reason I can't see it. It is right there on the far right. Far right, tier 4. Right there. There it is. Alright. Mind piloting Link. So that's what I got in reward for saving the creature. Yeah. So until I research the next warp core upgrade, I'm still battery saving for now. But we are in the plasma storm of this system, so we need to either look quickly or continue with the storyline. I forget what I do. I think I actually might stop here. Yeah, I actually do stop here after going to a few things. So, we'll see. There's about 7 minutes left in this video, so we'll see what I do. I don't remember. I think I make my way out of the plasma storm first. Yeah, I actually go back. I go backwards so I can transmit and continue the story. I can send the doctor on his way mission, which kills 8 more cycles. So I came to this system for no reason. I literally wasted time, which sucks, and I took hull damage too while I was at it. So that really sucks. But in the end, it all works out. Again, like I mentioned before, I am full on all of my resources, and deuterium is not a waste at this point. So, spending fuel and all that stuff is not a big issue. And morale is not an issue anymore either. I am at maximum capacity, and I will remain at maximum capacity for a good while. Even with Tuvok getting mad at us in the eventuality. Everything just kind of worked out, right? And then I will even explain that going to future parts, that everything's worked out so far, and is great. Because starting on the next part, in part 9, I do explain that things have improved and all that stuff. But again, as I mentioned to you guys now, part 7 and 8, I've already completed up to part 12. So everything I'm saying now is in retrospect. But then starting from part 9, again, everything will be in real time as I played it. So no knowledge of parts 10, 11, and 12 going into part 9. So, everything's in hindsight now. But looking back on this video as I'm seeing it with you guys, everything's going great. Everything's going great. I'm actually very happy with how I played most of this stuff. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change how I did this. So, as you guys can see, we're clearing out the final rooms so I can get those large cargo bays up. Just clear them all out. Right? Batteries are full. Power is at a good spot right now. We're in no danger. Everything's looking great. Just clear out all the rooms. Look at me go. We even reached the next destination. We will return later to that. I just want to get those rooms cleared. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I don't think I do the mission, do I? Two more cycles for engineering tier 5. So I go get the uranium instead. More ruined rooms are opened up. I continue to clear out everything so I can get those large cargo bays. And in one more cycle, we will finish researching tier 5. Again, not much risk to me about the uranium, so I go get for the maximum amount. It works out. I let a cycle go by, another room and engineering complete. So now we are able to upgrade the work core. So I go on over. Main engineering, tier 5. I need titanium, however. So unfortunately, without the titanium, I cannot upgrade the warp core. Thankfully, there are titanium places here. So I think that's how I finished the. Video. So we are expending titanium to get nanites, but in order to get it up, I do need to go to those points of interest. So I decided to go back to the relay station instead, and I actually may do the mission first. I can't remember. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm currently researching nothing, and I have 260 research points. So, obviously, I gotta start researching something. Something probably on the higher end, perhaps? So I do go and look at my options, so we'll see what I decide to do. Just looking at all the options. Just looking at all the options. Anyways, I'm going to tell you guys right now, this will be a little bit slow, but yeah, I'm just trying to figure out my options here, what's best to research. This will end the video though, but thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, comment down below what you guys thought, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As I mentioned, starting on the next parts, I will no longer have hindsight from parts 9, 10, 11, and 12. Everything going forward will be in live time reaction, and I will be voicing over it as I play it. No longer will I be doing this where I'm going backwards in time, not actually playing as I'm doing the game. So that was a mistake from the get-go. I shouldn't have done that, because now not only did I waste double time and more throat energy into these videos, but it just wasn't worth it. I might get hull reinforcement 3. I can't remember. But yeah. That's going to round out the video. Yes, I do hull reinforcement level 3, because we are fighting Erosion, which are more combat type units. So, and that's actually it. That's actually it. That's the end of the video. So there you go. There's part 8. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, that is it. So when we come back, I do believe I go and send the doctor on his away mission. I can't remember exactly what I did, but you guys will see. You guys will see. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. And I'll see you guys in part 9. Like I said, going forward, we will continue in live reaction time. So thank you guys for sticking around if you guys have. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest going forward. Take care, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.